A lot of young men, even in the church, don't know how to treat women. Oh. Even in friendship, I see some foolish things. You are fighting, play fighting. Why are you punching a lady? No, I've seen men rough handle ladies. Even little things. Do you know that you ought to be careful the way you hold ladies? Even if you're taking pictures, you don't just grab a lady you don't know. See a lady you don't know, just grab her. Some things are getting too normalized. Ladies, am I speaking up for you or not? So why you no talk since? Let me tell you something. We need to teach our young men. You know, some of you have heard me say this. It went relatively viral. Something happened. One of the men I mentor, he fell in love with somebody who is from a significantly more privileged background than he is, which is very fine, very okay. I commend both of them. I commend ladies who know how to see the prospects and judge a man by his future, not by his present. I wish I could put aside all that I was saying to talk about that. Let me advise you. It's not a man's position. It's his trajectory. Some people are up. Listen. The person standing in front of you is a testament of this very idea. It's a testament. See, some people are up on the ladder, but they are coming down. Some people are down, but they are going up. It takes discernment to choose right. Don't just be petty and flimsy. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So now, they love each other. She's convinced he's going to do well. But how do you sell that to the parents? And I'm not going to mention what it is he used to do for a living at the time. And he went there. He claims I was busy, so he couldn't tell me. I would have given him some advice. So he went there. The father said, "So what do you do?" And when he mentions what he did, the man bowed his head for 5 minutes and was quiet. Do you know how long 5 minutes is? Two people are dating, maybe story ahead. Two people are dating. First and foremost, you are so-called Christians. You shouldn't be sleeping together. You are sleeping together. And then you are snapping pictures and sending it to each other. And then the relationship breaks. And because you don't like the way the girl is talking to you, you threaten to post her nudes. See, there are some things, before I open Bible, I want to gather boys to beat you first. That's just the way I feel. Like, what? You see, you have to understand, I'm talking about some things that guy code on the streets doesn't permit. I hope you know that there are atheists who know better than to hit a woman. Do you know that, don't you? That there are people who don't hold to any religious conviction that won't just hit a woman. They think it's improper. But come to the counseling room, see pastors that beat them. That things are happening. So we really have to talk to each other. But But I want to take a long introduction for a reason, and then I will tell you where this is headed. Look at Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 16. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 16. Now, I hear that we're looking for a venue at Kent, right? So I'm just saying that so that you know that it's been a lot of prayer and deliberation. So go ahead and walk with us, help us. If you find a venue, as soon as you find a venue, we're good to go. So I'm just letting you know that, okay? Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 16, the summary of that verse is this: wisdom is better than strength. Can you say wisdom is better than strength?
Wisdom is better than strength.
In verse 18 of the same chapter, paraphrasing it, it says, wisdom is better than weapons of war. You see, one of my favorite stories in the entire Bible, and you've heard me talk about it time and again if you've been following this ministry for a while. In fact, the first time I preached on this was, I think, 2014, far back. All right? One of my favorite stories in the entire Bible is David and Goliath. And because as a storyteller, movie maker, it has all the perks of a potentially good and viral story. It's an underdog story. Underdog stories do well. The reason we love Power Rangers, apart from the fact that we were kids and we could identify with kids being the main characters, is that it's an underdog story. When you see young boys fighting giants and winning, we not lie. Oh. If you try to realize, they'll knock you. Come on, go and do your work. But it just makes for a good story. It's an underdog story. But what made me fall in love with it the more I studied it was just the plot twist. Because in Sunday school, we were given the impression that the only reason David won was because something supernatural happened. And that maybe God picked up the stone as he released it from the sling, and just maybe an angel caught it. There was a behind the scenes we're not seeing. An angel caught it and slam dunked it on Goliath's head. Make no mistake, I believe that God helped David, but not in the way you think. First things first, we underestimate David. Somebody who killed a lion and a bear stands a good chance against anyone, any human being, no matter how tall. And every time I'm trying to paint a picture, I ask people, if you get the opportunity to face one of three opponents, a lion, a bear, or a giant, who are you going to pick? Straight up. Straight. You think Saul was crazy to allow a teenager fight a giant? The moment he saw his resume, you fought a lion, you go. You'll be just fine. Another mistake we make is when we hear that David had a sling, we think of that catapult we used to use. I saw someone use a modern day sling, so I want to show it to you. Can the media team play the video? Come on, centralize it now. Okay, you can see it on the side screens, right? So that's what it looks like. I saw people in the crowd flinching, like, don't worry, don't worry. Now, that's what a sling looks like. So when you think about it, it was a brilliant strategy. You are big, strong, good with the sword. But what is that when I can get you from a distance? Come on, I get what I'm saying. So David was being strategic. Think about it. Did the Bible tell us he killed the lion and the bear with a sling? Why did he pick the sling against Goliath? Did he ever use a sling after that? He picked the right instrument, the right equipment, because wisdom is better than strength. A wise teenager will beat a foolish giant. I'm headed somewhere. I'm headed somewhere. In modern day warfare, the same thing applies. There was a time in ancient battles that wars depended on armies with the strongest fighters and the biggest fortresses. Not anymore. Now, countries go to war without even sending soldiers. They just deliver one bomb by mail, God forbid. And it's over. Or drones. Because wisdom is better than war. In 2026, it's no longer the strength of your soldiers. It's the strength of your wisdom, the strength of your technology. Are you following what I'm saying? Yes, atomic bombs and all of that. So now, what does this have to do with marriage? It has a lot to do with marriage because a lot of people, especially in 2026, still grapple with the concept of complementary strengths. We have a stereotypical perspective of what it means to be strong. And we all want to be strong in the same way. You see, when you see Team USA or Team Germany going for the Olympics, every one of them, they're all-star athletes in their different respective sports. And they look different. The shot putter is big and sturdy. The person running the relay is lanky. Complementary strengths. Because what is needed for their different sports is different. For the relay, you need mobility. To be a shot putter, you need strength. Come on, are you getting what I'm saying? Yes, and so together they make one team, winning different medals for the same country. I'm explaining complementary strengths for you. And the same way, God deliberately made men and women to be different. Listen, you are different. It is not something to complain about. It is something to understand and appreciate. We need each other. A world without women will be like black and white television. All the color will disappear. I think we're going to kill each other. Without women. There is something about women that makes us want to put our lives together. You know, there was this... Allow the man. You know, the most rascal individual I knew in my teenage years was one young guy in my secondary school. I don't know about you, but for me at that time, that was the first time I was seeing someone square up with a teacher. Like, what kind of rogue is this? And it was a long story. He got into some gangs overseas, so the parents wanted to discipline him, sent him to Nigeria, and unfortunately to our school. So he took it out on the whole school. He was a terror. You punish him, kneel here. So he's kneeling. When the teacher looks away, he will run and jump the fence. Hey, I don't know that terror. So I'll never forget, years after I met somebody who used to attend the same school, and I knew they knew each other. So I said, so how's this guy? And he said, you won't believe it. I said, try. He said he's born again and he's training for ministry. I said, I'm a believer, I'm a soul winner, but that one, I mentioned his full name. The same guy? And I said, yes. How did it happen? He fell in love. He fell in love with a church girl. And she said, I can't even be your friend. Forget it. We don't share the same values. Which value? Bible? I will start reading it. And the girl thought he was kidding. She gave him time, he changed, cleaned up, became responsible, changed his appearance, changed everything. And maybe he did it for her initially, but eventually he caught genuine fire and has remained ever since. You see, and so that made me understand somebody, his name is Jordan Peterson, his explanation of the childhood fantasy called Beauty and the Beast. That there are beastly figures that all institutions can struggle to tame, but a woman can tame. See, if you want to stand up to the beast in a fight, you will lose. There's a biblical example. Nobody could stop Samson. Nobody could stop Samson. See, listen, 7,000 men versus Samson will lose. Samson was a superhero, in case you've not clocked it. He was a superhero. There were real superheroes in the Bible. All these ones you're reading. That's superhero stuff. What weapon did he use? Jawbone. Jawbone. He fought so hard. Oh, come on. Come on, I get what I'm saying? Yes, and the mighty Samson. Do you know how foolish you have to be? That each time she asked you, what is the secret? She actually tried it. You woke up and you saw that she tried it. And you kept talking to her. It will surprise you. Some people are that foolish. Listen. I have a sermon on it. I think every young man should listen to it. Strong people, weak habits, or something like that. I can't remember. Samson. That's the name of the sermon. Because I've seen people who are captains of industry, intelligent in sports, in science, or different things. And this is just one aspect they never really figured out. Delilah was hired to bring Samson down. And Delilah did what several soldiers with all their armory couldn't do. Are you getting what I'm saying? It doesn't just work for Samson. It works for John the Baptist. You might be anointed. Herodias was dancing. Dance, oh. Because of leg work. Do you know what it took in those days to conquer territories? That a man will go, fight for days, strategize with his army, lose soldiers, and all of that. Conquer a territory. Then because one lady danced, he now said, ask anything, even to the half of my kingdom. What? So it means, as a lady, Be wise, oh. Fight for equality, but be wise. Don't do for yourself what others can do for you. Listen, it means if you understand your superpower, somebody can go to battle while you sit at home. And when he comes back, rub his hair. He will give you half of it. He will give you half of it. He will give you half of it. Let me tell you something. What I'm telling you, baddies know it. Listen to me. Listen to me. Oh. There is a way you will posture. Your husband will see another man at home. He will talk to you man to man. And God forbid, there is no excuse under heaven for a godly man to ever consider anything outside. But I see it in counseling that the same man struggling to drop 300 pounds at home is building houses for people. It's a fact. And let me tell you something. It's just communication. You can be tongue speaking and not know what I'm saying. Man, I'm coming to you, don't worry. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there are different dimensions of strength. Please don't try to be strong the same way. Even checking our reflexes. There's a reason why, oh my God, God is so intelligent. He put proclivities in us. He put proclivities in us so that we can perform our duties appropriately. See, let me tell you something. Women are nurturers. Are nurturers. See, if you've experienced a woman take in, have a body change, give birth to a baby, you will never be the same again. You need to witness it. I think every sensible man will have a profound respect for women when you witness it. Just watch the baby come out of her. Watch what she has to go through. Yeah? You know, when our first child was coming, my wife was under so much stress, and the woman is very strong. But I could see her fighting, and you know, at that time she didn't want to see anybody except me. So I'm standing by her side, I'm strong for her, you know. You know, at some point, to cope with the pain, subconsciously, she was carrying my hand. She wanted to bite it. Just to... I said, don't bite me, please. Don't bite me. Oh, my God. You should have seen your apostle running errand. You're not going to run again. Press my back. Not there. You know, so sorry. I was just running. You know, see. So when the baby came out, she had instant relief. And can I tell you what happened to me next? I just burst in tears. I started crying because I didn't realize how much emotional strain I was going through. So as soon as I knew she was okay, that's when my own started. The nurse was so confused. So, like, I needed time. I think you said you cried too. Now. So, not be only me now. Pastor David, do you cry? Do you no cry? On video, I mean. I mean, you'll never be the same again. Women are nurturers. And because of that, instinctively, they have a proclivity for self-preservation. So now, listen to me. In terms of intelligence, there is no difference. There are many women who are more intelligent than men. But women in general are more risk averse than men. Is that a controversial statement? I had to ask these days. I took some time to study. Some people woke up and said, we just can't prove it now, but we believe that we can circumnavigate the whole world by ocean. Mind you, they didn't have the technology they have now. Just grits. Christopher Columbus and his team. Some died. I hope you know. Some died. So in every field, I think I have the note somewhere. Let me try if I can see it. I want to read some things to you. I must find it. Anyway, this is going to take so much time. So, and it's there somewhere, probably looking at me. Men who injected themselves with pathogens to test the cure for smallpox and things like this. And I had the list of men who died in such explorations. Died in such explorations. Doing crazy things. Space explorations. And all those things. And it is that kind of balance that we need. Come on, are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Call me radical. I insist there are some things men should do that women should not do. There are some things. Please, let me show you a picture. Please show that picture. So, show that. There's a picture I gave the media team. Show it. Wait. Which branch is this? Your media team is looking for my trouble. This is not the first picture I asked for. Show her in dress. Now, look at this lady. This beautiful lady. This is the lady after a fight. In case you are wondering, I do not believe women should be fighters. The orientation of these pictures is not correct. So you can't really understand what I'm saying. So I wish you could show her before and after the fight. Now, okay, now, not in a dress. I want you to show, okay, this is how she went into the fight. This is how she went into the fight. This is how she came out. You can take it off. I am insisting. Listen, let us embrace our uniquenesses. I believe in a society where men stand up for women, protect them. Come on, are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
That's the scope of our conversation, and let's see where we're able to go with that. So we've been talking about emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence I defined as the ability to accurately perceive, interpret, and regulate. Is the ability to accurately perceive, interpret, regulate, and respond to emotions, both yours and other people's, in a way that produces wisdom and not damage. I'll take it again. It's the ability to accurately perceive, interpret, regulate, and respond to emotions, both yours and other people's, in a way that produces wisdom and not damage. So, the reason I'm talking about the uniquenesses of men and women is because to regulate your emotions and that of others, you need to know who you are and who they are. A lot of psychologists say that if you understand how a woman thinks, or if you understand how a man thinks, that's going to help communication in marriage. We're going to explore that and see where that leads us. It's part of emotional. See, and I think one of the first steps is to agree. I'm a man, not a woman. I'm a woman, not a man. It's one of the first steps. And I can take forever talking about this, but I want to talk about this from two aspects. Number one, submission. And number two, communication. Especially as it pertains to gender roles and things like that. Now, please, all the men in the house, please listen to me. You are not a woman. It should go without saying, but in 2026, you have to be reminded. Do you know that I think I saw a US soldier saying that in the army now, before you are inducted into the army, they are it's heavy for me to say. I saw someone in the military saying that before they enlist anyone into the army, they will check your anus to be sure that it doesn't look strange, that nothing strange has been going in there. So we're living in interesting times where those kind of measures have to be put in place so that you don't come in the army and distract people. I'm telling you what they said, though. And I've said time and time again, as I was preparing for this sermon, I thought about it. Jesus at the age of 12, where was he? In the temple, right? Speaking to older men, much older men. And that's something you don't see a lot of in this day and age. Many young men, you see them hanging out with everyone else except older men. And I cannot tell you how important it is to have figures of strong men in your life, and early. Because some young people, see, let me tell you something. When you see the way some men act, you may not agree with it, but you understand feminism. The extreme ones, even the extreme ones, you understand. There's a reason they are fighting. A lot of young men, even in the church, don't know how to treat women. Oh. Even in friendship, I see some foolish things. You are fighting, play fighting. Why are you punching a lady? No, I've seen men rough handle ladies. Even little things. Do you know that you ought to be careful the way you hold ladies? Even if you're taking pictures, you don't just grab a lady you don't know. see a lady, you don't just grab her. Some things are getting too normalized. Ladies, am I speaking up for you or not? So why you not talk since? Let me tell you something. We need to teach our young men. You know, some of you have heard me say this. It went relatively viral. Something happened. One of the men I mentor, he fell in love with somebody who is from a significantly more privileged background than he is, which is very fine, very okay. I commend both of them. I commend ladies who know how to see the prospects and judge a man by his future, not by his present. I wish I could put aside all that I was saying to talk about that. Let me advise you. It's not a man's position. It's his trajectory. Some people are up. Listen. The person standing in front of you is a testament of this very idea. It's a testament. See, some people are up on the ladder, but they are coming down. Some people are down, but they are going up. It takes discernment to choose right. Don't just be petty and flimsy. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So now, they love each other. She's convinced he's going to do well. But how do you sell that to the parents? And I'm not going to mention what it is he used to do for a living at the time. And he went there. He claims I was busy, so he couldn't tell me. I would have given him some advice. So he went there. The father said, so what do you do? And when he mentions what he did, the man bowed his head for 5 minutes and was quiet. Do you know how long 5 minutes is? And from there on, the man became a little difficult. Telling the lady, are you sure? Why not wait a while? Why not? You know, and all of that. I understand all this language. I understand it well. And different things. The lady insisted, so they went on with the marriage and all of that. And now they're having to plan the marriage almost solely from their end. Paying for the hall, paying for the food, paying for almost everything. So when he eventually told me, I know some other older people that he defers to. I called them. I said, let's help this guy. How much do you have? I think 500,000. I brought 500,000. We gave him. Now, to make it look big, we gave him cash in a brown envelope. I said, this is what you will do. Go to that man, lie prostrate and say, I don't take for granted that you are covering this wedding. I can't afford to pay for everything, but this is what I have. Please take, sir. So he went and he did that. So he came back with feedback. I said, so what happened when he did that? He said, that was the first time they called him my son. They said, my son, sit here. My son, sit here. See, I've discovered wisdom. When you see the book of Proverbs talking about wisdom and foolishness, and they're associating foolishness with youth, there's a reason. Because more often than not, the older you live, the more experience you have. I've seen it. Oh my God. Have you listened to pure, raw wisdom from an older person before? Somebody who has all the mysteries that you think you're going through in life, they will explain it because they've been there, done that, got the t-shirts. An older wise couple. There's a reason why the Bible will, for instance, say older women should instruct younger women. When the wise ones, not all of them,